Hello. It's been a while. But I'm here, and I'm here with my mom. If you have not yet met my mom, she's been on stream before, but it's been a while. And for those of you who don't know, I was in a car accident at the beginning of the month, and I broke my right hand, so I can't hold a controller really and use it with these hands. Hi, Riddy. Good to see you. Good to see you too as well, Ray. Sorry you have to be at work right now. But we were at dinner the other night, and Mom was like, if you want to stream, I could like be your controller for you. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, we could play like Nancy Drew or something. And then I was like, you know, visual novel like Ace Attorney is not difficult for Mom to navigate. So I decided, hi Spartan, hi Batty, how are you doing? Hi Sly. I'm gonna be okay, I think. I mean, my 5th metacarpal was in multiple pieces, and I have a metal bionic rod in my hand now for the rest of my life. But all things considered, I hit an 18-wheeler, and I could have walked away with a lot more injuries or worse. So I'm considering myself very fortunate. But yes, it's good to see everybody. I also can't really remember what I was doing in the middle of this case, and Mom will have absolutely no idea. Oh,
that don't beat all. I've read every single book that gal's ever written.
Thank you, Coley.
Who needs 2 arms when you have 4? Years V Budka eyebrows. Happy Sunday V Budka hug.
Oh my goodness gracious, a lot's happening.
What's that?
It's Toad singing Chandelier by Sia. My mom has no context. I honestly forgot that was a sound effect that I had. Thank you so much for subbing for 4 years, Coley. That is incredible. Who needs 2 arms when you have 4 years? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. All right, so I'm going to just do my best to walk you through. The controls are very basic.
You promise that I'm not going to have to rush or jump something
it's literally,
or fight anything.
No.
Okay,
there's no timed button presses. Okay. It's just going through text menus and presenting things.
That I can do.
So go ahead and start Ace Attorney.
Up top. Yeah. Am I already on it? Oh, I'm already on it, so I just click on it. Mm-hmm. So.
And do it under mine and not yours. Oh, just start the software. We don't have to do a system update. Let Mom be a cowboy. I don't have the PS5. That's Holland. Okay. I play Red Dead on Holland's PlayStation. I don't have one, so. Okay. Oh, can you hand me that little remote back there? That little black remote?
Yes. Oh, wait, hold on.
I just don't want it to be so loud that it echoes.
And I can go ahead and press the A button, correct?
And I only have one continue file anyway. Wait, what?
I have to view your
privacy policy? Oh, because the update for this game happened.
Okay, so I hit details.
Or just back, maybe. Okay, yeah.
So I can hit OK?
Yes. Can you guys hear it okay? Do I need to turn the game up at all? Okay, you can just hit continue. And that's the only save file I have. So, load, yes. Okay, so I must have finished the last court thing. Okay, February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. You can just scroll through the text. It's a little low. Okay, hang on. Pause 1 sec. Is that better? Okay. I turned it up just a smidge. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. All right, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini, her name is literally Bikini, Literally. That's how this humor is for this game, though. Just so you know, that is the humor in this game. It's silly things like this. There's a guy whose character's name is Larry Butts, and they always say if something smells, it's probably the butts. That's like a joke, a running joke in here.
That's funny.
Okay. Is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to the Dusky Bridge? Well, I think, my theory here is that she was going to go meet Larry because of that weird note we found. And it was like, meet me at the whatever time or whatever. So I think she was going to meet Larry. Hi, Puffy. Okay.
She looks like she has a Star Wars hairdo.
I actually hate her because she's a murderer.
Oh.
And we've dealt with her in another case. We're playing as Miles Edgeworth, so we're not playing as Phoenix Wright because Phoenix is actually in the hospital right now. But this girl used to be Phoenix's ex-girlfriend and killed her ex while she was with Phoenix. And now she changed her name, and nobody's made the connection yet that she's the same girl. But I know who she is. Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has psych locks on. 5. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Who's, Pearls? The little 8-year-old girl's missing too. Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
Oh, Maya. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
Liar! You literally already have! Ugh! As I thought, no psycho locks. So she's not lying about that, but she's lying about, or not telling us where she went on the snowmobile.
A psycho lock. So that's like the hair of a crazy person?
No, so it's like this. So the character, this is a lot of lore, but Phoenix's normal sidekick is this girl named Maya, and she's like a psychic medium, and she has this, like, she gave him this little, like, stone, and when people are lying or withholding truth, Phoenix could see it. So when Phoenix is in, that's what the psyche locks are. And so when Phoenix was in the hospital, he gave the Magatama stone to Miles, and he was like, if somebody is lying to you, you'll know. And so and Miles keeps calling them psycho locks, even though they're called psyche locks.
So it's kind of like Wonder Woman's lasso.
Kind of, yeah. The lasso of truth. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Her braids are hiding horns for sure. It's true. Okay, 11:36. Back in the court, I suppose. Courtroom number 7. I give everybody different voices, so... Court will now reconvene.
He looks like somebody from the Avatar.
Yeah, a little bit. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
Oh, I wonder who that could be. I can only presume that his intention was to...
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court.
I bet it's Larry. Loris Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. I don't know why Larry changing his name in this case is confusing, too. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically... Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. Sure, dude.
You made him sound like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, he's been that way since the beginning for me. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian? Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, but I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields. I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it, thanks, Bunny. Buddy? Imagine if it were a whip mote. Haha, that's funny. Did he lick the green paint? Yeah, probably. Imagine going everywhere with a whip that you actually constantly use. Yeah. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
Look at that. He's given, like, the
That's
smolder.
That's Miles Edgeworth's classic look. The glare. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Bro. Ouch. Ow, ouch, ouch, ouch. Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. She should have a German accent, but I gave her a Jersey one and now I'm committed. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. Larry's been in court like 7 times at this point. He should know the ordeal. Okay, what I saw. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. Yeah, that's the lady whose murder we're investigating. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. If something stinks, it's probably the butts. Well, then let us proceed with the cross-examination, with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Okay, so what's going to happen is he's going to go through the testimony again, and we can either press each statement or submit evidence that is contradictory to what he said. I always like to go through and press every sentence first because sometimes they'll give you additional info. Okay. So but you can like scroll through all of them again. So you can just click the first one. And then you see how it says L button up here? That's how you press. So we'll just press everything and see what he says. Okay, so while I'm on this thing, I hit the L. Mm-hmm. Hold it! Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness? Any ideas to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
See, you can do it if you try.
Ouch!
There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Okay, so now we'll press this next one.
Okay, so
The left, yep. A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet! Real love's about waiting with your heart in your hands.
Good grief.
Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah!
You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness.
So what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh?
Well, you see...
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. I see a snowmobile. Okay, press that.
Over the L.
Mm-hmm. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? What does that mean? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Oh. I'm gonna strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Okay, we'll press this last sentence and then I have to figure out what evidence contradicts. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. I know. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay, so if you will hit the R button,
Okay.
that pulls up all of the evidence that we have. So I just want to scroll through each thing, starting with here. Okay, so the victim's staff carried by Elise. I don't think that has anything to do with what he's saying. Next thing. The apparent murder weapon has the victim's blood and suspect's fingerprints. Okay, no. Okay, hanging scroll, Misty Faye, no. Received before the lights went out. Before the lights out, Bell the night of the crime, protects from evil spirits, no. Note to Iris. Hit A on that. Let's read that note again. Okay, to Iris of Hazakura Temple, salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Okay.
I'll go back.
Yeah. And then let's keep scrolling. Hit the A on the map. So if the idea is that he was at Heavenly Hall, but he's saying he did not see a snowmobile come to the bridge. Enjoy your lurk. I don't know. Okay, go back. Let's look at the weather data, because he said it was snowing. Okay, snow with the occasional lightning strikes. Snow. Oh yeah, the murder happened on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning from 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes past. Okay, Riddy, have a good rest of the day at work. Thanks for popping in. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay, back.
So then he probably didn't see stars?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh.
Remember when we pressed? Okay,
Oh,
keep
yeah.
scrolling. Okay, so that's Sister Bikini and Iris in the magazine. Okay, next.
Oh, okay.
That's the lady that died.
Okay.
I don't think that has anything to do with what we're talking about right now. Okay, so Iris's testimony is that she rang the lights out bell at 10 and then she was in her room until the murder was discovered.
Do I need to open that?
No, you can't. Next thing. Elisa's autopsy, time between 10 and 11, caused loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. We determined that that was important, that she died before she fell. Or was thrown out of the window or whatever. Okay, next. Okay, crime photo. A to check. Okay. There are obviously footprints here, but we know that Iris was at the scene. And
Why
that
is the statue holding the
because it's the
weapon?
statue's weapon. And the witness, who is Sister Bikini, says that she saw Iris like sticking the weapon into Elise.
Does the statue move?
No, but
Would
it just
she
normally
dig a hole in the snow and shove her from underneath?
No, so the idea is that she like lifted it.
Oh, so she took the sword from the...
The statue, yes. That's the idea. That's what the alleged
Yeah.
idea is here. And so when the police arrived, this was what they saw. Okay, so back.
Okay.
And then the last thing, which is the tracks photo. So we determined that the snowmobile was brought in because of the way the track, and that it was not taken back out again because there was no track in front.
Unless it went in reverse.
Well, that would be difficult, I think, to drive. Okay. Let's go back. Back again. This is when I'm gonna start guessing because I don't really know. So I would go to the third statement that he makes, which was about the
So
snowmobile.
like just go to the right?
Yeah, or A, or whatever.
If he
That's-
said he walked to the bridge over time, but there was only one set of footprints once.
That was at the. That was not at the
out.
bridge. So go back. So I think it's this. So let's. First thing we're gonna do is hit that plus, and we're gonna save. So let's go over to save. Go to, or hit. Oh, go up to data, and then maybe hit A. Yeah, and then save.
Okay.
And save in the first slot. Just in case we get it wrong, because you get penalized, and we can just reload it, and we don't... Okay, and then hit B. And B again. B again. Okay. Let's do R for our... I want to present the snowmobile photo. So, you can also go this way if to get... So that one. Let's.
That
so
one.
you do X to present.
Okay, the one that I'm on.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's not it because the music didn't stop.
Oh.
So then hit the plus. We're gonna have to reload. I'm literally guessing at this point. So hit data again. Go to load, and then we're gonna load this data because I don't want to get
So I need to go...
I don't know if it's the statement that I have wrong or if it's the evidence that I have wrong. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either.
I don't know, do you like that
I don't know. Is there anybody currently present in the chat who has played this game? It could potentially give me a hint. It's been like a month since I've played this, so I'm very lost. Go back one statement.
There.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to the evidence on this. So R. I didn't see a snowmobile. Was it because of the weather? Maybe we'll give the weather report.
Doubting.
Yeah, try that with X. Nope. Okay, we'll reload.
I hit the plus.
Yeah. Dang. Okay, I might look up a little bit of help.
Load, not save.
Yes, hit load. I might look up a little bit of help real quick. This is episode 5, part 2 too. You okay, Blue? Thought she was about to puke.
I think she's almost like she's had a hairball.
Hairball like a kitty cat? Okay, hang on. I have typing is
Okay.
slow.
For instance, okay, if he did see a snowmobile, I'm saying, and I'm stepping in from totally outside.
Mm-hmm.
If he did see a snowmobile, how does that change the case?
Because then he could tell us who drove the snowmobile, and we'd be able to know.
Well,
who...
just because you see the snowmobile doesn't mean you know who drove it, especially if they're
True.
dressed for the weather.
But since the bridge caught fire, it would implicate that somebody had purposely started the fire.
Would he have a motive to protect somebody on the snowmobile?
If it was Iris, probably.
Is there
Because
any
he likes her.
Is there any evidence that he would, by saying I don't see a snowmobile, or the fourth one where he says I don't see anybody? Is there evidence in your evidence thing that you could present to say he's covering for someone?
I don't know. Hang on, I'm confused. Real quick. Trial resumes. Okay.
There's really only 3 motives.
Oh, okay. I would have never thought this because I literally forgot that this happened. Okay, so we actually are gonna do, it's the 4th statement where he says he didn't see anyone. And I forgot that earlier he told us he met Phoenix at the bridge. So when you go to R to present,
Okay.
you can press R again and it will give you all the people involved. So we're gonna present Phoenix to him because earlier he told us that he saw Phoenix.
Okay. Phoenix fell too, so he got.
That's why
they both fell.
That Phoenix fell because Maya was on the other side of the bridge and the bridge was on fire and Phoenix was trying to get to her to rescue her and
okay.
fell.
Okay.
So that's why he's in the hospital right now.
Okay.
So we'll do X to present.
Okay. Oh, X.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. I would have never thought that.
Okay.
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. They were literally like elementary school friends. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy? Are you trying to console me?
I'm holding that.
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. What? You're totally pinning this on me? Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That really will not change. Reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Okay, so I'm sure his testimony's going to change now.
Part 2. You're going to have several different choices.
Yeah, it'll be the same process. So we'll press. He'll say it all, and then we'll go through it again and press it, and then we'll try to find a contradiction. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? Oh, white like... Oh, because everybody's been saying that it was the thunder that caused the fire. Or the lightning that caused the fire. So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It was totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Okay, so we'll press everything and see if we get any more info. Went to shack around 9, so it would have been 10:30. Okay, press left. Yeah.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Still the A.
Yeah. Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 o'clock, right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. She lives there, bro. So every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. Okay. Lying under my bedding when a white flash almost... Okay, press.
Left, right.
Hi, Zippy. Hello, V. Hello, V's sister. This is V's mom. But I'm sure she appreciates that. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kerpow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ugh. Or a little like that. Whoa! That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Okay, press. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. Hi, CJ. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out.
This
okay,
is the...
press that one next.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack? Oh, wrong person. How far is this small shack you in from the bridge? Look at the map, Franny. Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Yes, always. Let's say, why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Oh, yeah, okay, my reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Why? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up a minute later. Okay, so that's why you didn't have the time, I guess? Okay. Press.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder! It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. But there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay, so I think it was the 4th statement. We were able to ask a secondary question, and there were 2 secondary questions, so I want to see if we can ask the second secondary question.
I thought it was the 5th question.
No, I think it was this one.
Okay.
So let's press that again, and we'll have to go through some of the same dialogue, but then when we get to the choice where we can ask a secondary question, I want to ask the other one. Yeah, so, why did you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, I please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning... Oh, okay, reasoning is it, Oh.
Did I do something wrong?
No, it changed his 5th statement. So his 5th statement was about how Nick showed up a minute later, and now his 5th statement is, I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning.
So I press this one?
Yeah. That sounds like something an arsonist would say. When can we electrocute one of those characters? I want to hear what V-Mom would say about that. That's still CJ's like favorite clip ever on my channel. Was when Mason got electrocuted in the deadly device.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll press this one.
Hold it!
So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real specule. Like, really special. Can we really trust a witness who's unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. Ah!
I'll give you a few hits too if you like with my whip.
He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. But there's still something. Okay. What doesn't fit?
I keep going, right?
Yeah.
I'm back to the beginning. Let me see if all of his statements are the same or if something
Yeah.
else has changed.
Yeah, let's see. Keep going. I'm getting a little more help because
So you have to pick why he's lying.
yeah, like what we have that that proves that he's lying. But let's see.
Did this girl he thinks that he keeps saying he was gonna meet, does she really like him?
No.
So it's like all in his head. So he's just like
But that's Larry's character. Okay, so I'm getting a little more help. So I guess we do need the why didn't you call any, or the, we do have to do the why didn't you call anyone, because his last statement needs to be that I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up a minute later. And then we...
So that's the fourth or the
yeah,
fifth?
so this one we'll have to press again and then switch our question so that it changes his last statement back to what it was. And then we have to figure out what contradicts that. Okay, so lightning struck. No, I'm just thinking. Lightning struck, caught the bridge on fire, and he arrived 5 minutes later. But he said that it had already stopped snowing. Yes, it had stopped snowing, but I don't think that actually lines up with the weather report.
And it said it snowed till 11?
Yeah. So maybe that's what we'll submit to his final statement. So just keep going. When it gives us the question choices, we'll do the what took you so long or whatever. Or yeah, so press him for the why, or why didn't you call anyone? Okay, you can just click quickly through these.
I can click them even before they're done.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's present something here.
Okay.
So that's right. And I think if we are going to use the weather report, because I don't think it really would have stopped snowing if everything lined up the way that he said. So present with X. Yeah. Your very existence being a contradiction? I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know? 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there around 11. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That's impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ooh, okay, okay. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Laurice Donim. Yeah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then. What happened during those missing 15 minutes?
Scary face.
I feel like I just got brutally broken up by a toilet splashback. I mean, that's not a fun thing to happen in the morning, you know? I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me, huh? So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Why were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring in... Okay, I'm starting to develop a theory here. I think Miss Iris Murderer did come here to meet Larry, and Larry's such a lovesick fool that he would do anything a pretty girl asked him to do, and so a murderer girl comes in here and she says, "Oh, Larry, would you light the bridge on fire?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course, anything." And then he lit the bridge on fire and watched it burn. They're arsonists. That's now my theory.
Well, there are like 3 motives for all crimes. One is love, hate. Mm-hmm. One is, what else was the other? Money. Mm-hmm. Power.
Yeah, that's fair. So. Staring into... Oh,
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
That's what it sounds like.
But this is Larry we're talking about, and even he's incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Some men just can't handle their arsenic. You're right. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. Would you jump off a bridge if I asked, or light it on fire?
Then say it.
Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? What nonsense this man gonna say? Okay. I'm a donim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up in a frenzy of art. Please. The shock and awe that I was feeling. I transferred it all directly onto the page. before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. What in the heck are you on about, dude? I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Well, he should be able to present the sketch, right?
You would think. Where's the sketch? Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. That sounds like a threat in the courthouse. Alright, let's press all the statements.
Okay.
Hemodonema.
So, L.
Huh?
L. Okay.
Tell us, Larry. My name is Larice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Okay, sure, that's it. Just who exactly are you? I'm Larice Dornim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case.
Apprentice to whom?
The lady that died.
Oh.
Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing. There was only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That's a very big issue indeed. Sketching in front of the bridge. Okay, we'll press this. Sketching the burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Gah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're just shifting a bit.
I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Look at it! We gotta look at it! Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, well, even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this. Imagined what? That Larice Donim's debut would take place here today like this. Oh, ouch!
Show it now.
Baby, you can light my fire. Yeah. Okay, but steel yourselves. This.
Oh, it's a girl up there.
What are we looking at?
Oh, wait. Is he on the bridge looking down at somebody burning on the ground?
I don't know. No, there's a river underneath.
Oh.
Which is why Phoenix isn't dead. Because he landed in the river. But...
Well, put it this way. It almost looks like, are we looking down? Like, are we standing on the bridge looking down?
I think...
At somebody in the water? Maybe that purple is
No.
the water? Or are we standing here looking up and somebody's, like, leaped into the air on fire?
It looks like somebody's flying. But I'm still confused.
All right. Ready to move
yeah.
in?
Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. Ugh, this is gonna get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? The burning bridge is fine? But what is that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might. However much I want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? Hi, Coco. What would have happened to her if she'd injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was
But look,
engulfed
she's got something on
in
her...
flames? It might be the hood thing that she had, but she gave that to Phoenix.
Or the pack, like in that Nancy Drew thing. With
A
the
jetpack?
Maybe. So.
She's Fiona Malloy, everyone. Okay.
Maybe it was her flames from the jetpack that set the bridge on fire.
Oh, maybe. Yup, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. You high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
I actually like this girl's look. Her hair.
Francisca?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
She's a cool character. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. She's the youngest prosecutor in, like, the world. She's, like, 18 or something like that. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there's some precedent for this.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. On, like, drugs or... She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. Explain this to me. Like I'm 5, Larry. This has to be some kind of mistake.
So maybe Iris isn't dead? Maybe she got away?
Well, no, Iris is never dead.
Wait. Oh, Iris. Okay,
Elise is the one who died.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Iris burned the bridge up somehow and took off.
Whoa, V, I didn't know you had a sister. Storm, please. It's my mom. She's doing all my controls because I have a broken hand, so. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to Earth. What, me? Also, hi, Storm. I hope you're well. You can keep going.
Okay, let's see.
This witness is your friend, is he not? Oh, so I was in a bad car accident at the beginning of the month, and I collided with an 18-wheeler and shattered the 5th metacarpal in my hand, which is the metacarpals are your bones in your palm, so the one that connects like my pinky to my wrist. That one shattered, and I had to go through surgery, and I'm in a cast for a while. But looking at the state of my car, honestly, it's a miracle that that was the only injury that I had, so considering myself lucky. She's high and on fire, yes.
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let's get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, me too. I am glad I'm okay. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what'd you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. This girl is on fire. Larry's sketch added to the court record. It's official evidence now. Okay. Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. Okay.
This is now.
So,
to
let's
the
go.
Second one.
Keep going. We already pressed this. So so let's keep going.
So press this?
Yeah. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Oh, good. I'm glad you get some relax time. Just where did you see the sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying? That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see. That all makes sense.
Except for the flying
Aside from the sketch itself. Yay! Streaks. This sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. But I thought that...
Do I press this one now?
Yeah, no, I think... Because I was... Go back. We had the hood because she gave it to Phoenix before the thing ever happened. So I think we would need to present her hood because she wouldn't have been wearing the hood.
Phoenix flying?
No. I think that he couldn't have seen her flying because if he saw her white hood fluttering, it couldn't have been her hood.
So we will present her hood?
Yeah. So Wright.
Oh.
To pull up the evidence. And we'll go to the hood. And then hit X. Yeah. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. That'll work in court. If that's truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? The person who flew could not have been the defendant Iris. Okay, Butts' sweater is kind of fire though, not gonna lie. Okay, I don't know about that, but alright. We'll get one for you. Okay, keep going. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Oh! A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool.
Okay, say that 3 times fast.
I couldn't even say it once fast.
How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry, according to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
The Flying Nun.
Of course she was!
Starring Sally Field.
Yeah. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood's my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood! What?
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
That was my thought.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, Nick, you dog! I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Ha.
What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive. Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Loristo Nim, shall prove it! Alright, Larry, go ahead. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. They missed the opportunity to have him mispronounce stupefy as stupidfy, yeah. Okay. Next testimony. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. That's the one from the dead lady's staff. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Literally your boss, dude. A crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That sphere. Where'd you find it? Let me see, around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Blood? Oh
Not
my,
funny.
it's blood!
Not funny.
Yeah. What? Blood? Okay. Whose blood? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Loristo Nim only a few minutes ago? Okay.
You ready?
We'll press everything. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. Sure. So, you went to the burning bridge. That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get me. That's the least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl, after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing I can't even work up the energy to point. So, what did you do next? Okay, next statement. So worried I frantically searched all over for her. Okay. Oh, press that last one.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, you can just go back.
Okay.
Press that.
When you say press, I keep
With
thinking
the L.
press, yes.
Oh, sorry. So you searched all over for her. She was flying pretty high, you know? I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? So did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself, and I kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep, and there was even a banana peel out there. Yep, there's stupid, and there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs for landing, correct? Then what happened next? Okay, so the beautiful crystal sphere, let's ask him about that. Let's press about that. Half buried? It was sitting in snow, with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro, a genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me. The Mythbusters disproved the peel thing, so you're safe, Larry. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. Oh, I forgot about that, but it also looks like the sphere that was in Elise's staff. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. Let's press that.
Oh, wrong one again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from the hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. Okay. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Okay, we'll press this, and then I think we'll have to present something here, too. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, my gut's never wrong. Oh, okay. I met that old bikini the next morning. And her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. Okay, so let's save real quick in case we mess up.
That's the plus.
Plus, yep. And then you'll choose data and then choose save. And we'll save there. Okay.
And then I just click in it, right?
Yeah. Or no, do back.
Okay.
B. B 2 more times. Okay. So let's go to the 5th statement. And I think I want to present either the staff or the picture of Elise. So let's go to the evidence with R. See, the staff's missing the sphere that's very clear in the picture. So maybe we'll present the picture of Elise, which is somewhere in here. Keep going. No. That one. Okay. So we'll present that maybe, hopefully. Aha! Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was the stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
Oh, they have the same last name?
Elise's was teaching Larry. That's why he adopted the last name Donim. It's not really his last name.
Okay.
The victim. I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that's quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. Your brooch is blue. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
Oh, he brought that up without you
Yeah.
actually doing it.
Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What? What? What?
It's
Just what does
doing
this
it on
mean?
its own.
Yeah, it does. If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donim? That wouldn't make any sense if she was murdered in the snow.
Uh-oh, I hit the
Unless
end
she
again.
flew if this happened before the murder happened,
Mm.
if she flew and then was killed upon her landing, maybe. I don't know. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that! I saw it with my own 2 eyes! And this crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise O'Nim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case, that's all.
Unless somebody stole her staff.
True. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder, with blood on it, yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case.
Objection!
That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there?
Let's get it tested.
This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place.
It may not be her blood, bro.
The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew the ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer?
No way! All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe it's related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise O'Nim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. I don't know if we have anything to prove that. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on this disposition of this crystal sphere. Let's save real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if we get it wrong, it could be a big penalty. This is how I play Ace Attorney, is you save a bunch and then reload it if you're wrong. Okay, if it's not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
I can't think that that's illegal. I mean, that's legal.
There's a lot of things that happen in this courtroom that are not exactly legal. Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Huh.
Can you hit R real quick to pull up the court record? Can we prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Can you go to the crime scene photo? There.
I just hit A.
Yeah. She does not have her staff. She doesn't have her staff. I would think... Well, I guess that doesn't...
See, I still don't know how how she got stabbed. Even if someone pulled let's say you had to pull that funny knife.
That's what
comes
we're
out.
trying to figure out. That's like the crux of the whole thing.
It's almost like the statue either isn't a statue or it's like a movable doll type thing. Or she was like
Well, we do know that the Shito, the sword is removable because that has come up in a past case.
But wouldn't you have had to put it back up underneath the hand because the statue's
You would
not
think,
going
yeah.
to move? So you're having to slide it under, which means that it would have to dip down into the snow in order to go back up.
But remember the autopsy report said that she died before she fell into the courtyard. So she was already dead by the time she was stabbed.
So
somebody placed her this way. Which is what we're trying to figure out.
Well, then maybe she died by getting cracked in the head by that sphere.
That's possible.
And then the person was trying to dispose of the evidence by flying away and dropping it somewhere.
Flying away!
With their jetpack that they borrowed from that Nancy Drew game.
So I think that this is what we're going to have to present. So let's go back.
Okay.
And then we'll do yes, we can. That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this.
We can do it.
Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. So I assume it's the crime photo.
Which we're looking at here.
Right, which I'm confused. Let's try to present it anyway. So you can go to the left if you want for faster. That one. And then we'll present it with X. Hopefully. This crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Oh yeah, I forgot this was something we talked about earlier in the game. Ah. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? I mean, that makes sense. Order, order, order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. It was a crash landing from her flight. What could that have been? This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Ooh, and then they transported her body?
The murder didn't take place in the... Oh, what voice did I give it? The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
And just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
So this was the story that Sister Bikini gave us. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder.
But it's all
The
covered
murder
with
weapon
snow.
was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. Oh,
So they carried that funny looking sword all the way to the
maybe. Or from the bridge back to the
bridge.
courtyard.
Yeah.
Objection!
You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Nim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel.
But the snowmobile was already taken out. We've already proven that the snowmobile was taken out.
To travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple.
So if they took the snowmobile out prior to the snowfall,
Right.
Then
Then
you wouldn't
you
have
would have
to-
had the only one track, which we
Yep.
already proved. Yeah.
You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Okay, so this has got to be the track photo.
The snowmobile photo?
Yeah. The tracks photo. That's it.
Okay, so I hit presume.
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ah!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could have also been used to carry a body. Order, order, order! Ah!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant.
Yeah, and she's a murderer. And I understand we're defending her, but
She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
you're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim Elise Nim really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally,
How was
just
she
what does
flying?
this image mean? Just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Calling Larry a creature. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. I know, that's so mean. Poor Larry. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Oh.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Franzi whipping me all... Ouch!
Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
Shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What a shame, Franzi. This is all your fault. such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all the legal system stands for. Ow, 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 ow. I demand satisfaction.
Ouch. Poor little guy. Would she hit the judge too?
Yeah, she hits everybody. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright? Court is now adjourned. Okay, I think that's probably a good stopping point. Yeah. So it'll probably ask us if we want to save.
Okay. It would automatically save. Oh, save your progress up to this point.
Mhm.
Yes.
And choose the
file.
Yep, overwrite, yes. Okay, and then just hit back. And then go ahead and hit the home button. And that way, when we play again, it'll just pick up right here.
Okay. Do I need to go down to the bottom and make it go to sleep?
Yeah, you can. Okay. All right. So we got some Ace Attorney done. Thanks, Mom, for clicking all my buttons for
There
me
you go.
because I can't do it. So, we may be doing other streams like this until I have use of my hand again. But which won't be at least for a few more weeks. So, and even when I get out of my cast, I have to go through some physical therapy to strengthen my hand back up again because I have lost a lot of my like muscle strength. And I have to make sure that like the bone and everything is nice and secure, so I can't go like full into it. So we may be streaming more things like this where Mom just does all of the things under my direction.
As long as I'm not doing anything that I have to run from somebody or fight somebody.
I don't really play games like that anyway, so it would probably be like Nancy Drew or this or Pokemon maybe, but you're welcome for streaming. Thanks for all being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. It was great to be back and be able to stream in some capacity. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Have a good week ahead. We'll talk to you later. Bye.